unless we think that the application is going to be completed within a short time thereafter. We start at 7, we end at 10. That's our goal. We have finished 2 witnesses, and it's 9:35. And what did we start at, 7:15?
Yeah.
So the likelihood of getting through 2 additional witnesses, architect and the planner, your questions, our questions, experts' questions, and also have all your comments, because, that's, a lot of people ask questions, and there's been 4 or 5 people ask questions, more people have comments. That's just the trend, because your questions are difficult, and we understand that. So we have to anticipate that you all are gonna have comments. So what we're proposing, and this is to the public as much as to Mr. Hale, is that do you think you can get through the direct of the architect, and, maybe just our experts for any clarification, and then we would stop.
What?
And then the next meeting, we would pick up with our questions, public's questions, and then the planner, same deal, and then comments. How does that sound?
It's the board's prerogative, and
Yeah.
we accept whatever the board.
Well, Mr. Hale, you've been here at our board, so you know the 10 o'clock situation.
No
so-
problem, no problem.
As well as other planning boards, all do that. Okay, so, so that's another question. 6:18 is our next agenda meeting. And/or we set a special meeting for the date. What day? The 20th. No, I checked this, and the website says the 26th, not the 25th. It's not the 18th. But it's not the 18th.
No, sorry, the high school is Wednesday. It's rain day.
Well, the first one, the one for this meeting was.
Okay, that was not clear on the website, so.
How do we address something for the planning board person?
What about public notification?
Okay,
I'm asking.
so what we have to decide is whether or not the 6/18 is the date, or whether or not there would be a special meeting, and if there was a special meeting, we obviously have to notice. Both our board would have to notice, and you would have to
I
notice.
think the 18th would be fine with us.
Does everybody think they're attending the 18th? June 18th, or not? It's okay. Yeah. I mean, there'd be a quorum, obviously, and it's a very important member of the board, but. Okay, well, that we can't help, so, okay, so what we would say, yeah,
Any member who's not present today can listen to the tape and be eligible to vote, correct?
correct,
All right, so there could be a larger pool of
yes,
members at a later date.
Right.
Some people that.
yes, that's possible. And likewise, if it goes to another hearing, the mayor could fill in, but that would be a lot. So, okay, so we're gonna say the 18th.
Yeah, that's fine.
If there is any change, obviously, there'll be notification.
That's the last one.
Website, board, that'll be all done if there's any change, but right now it's the 18th. Okay,
I guess that's at the end, we'll announce carry that date.
yes. Yes, we carried the 18th after
We'll
the
do that
testimony
at the end
of the architect.
Okay,
Okay.
so, yeah, I'd like to now call upon Andrew Buckarosniak, our architect. Was here
I'm sorry, I just wanted to be clear on something. We're gonna call the architect, and then the professionals are gonna testify or comment, but then we're gonna hold our comments until the 18th.
Correct.
I'll just hold everything till the
Oh,
18th.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
But you
second.
asked us, I was just trying to answer.
I know.
I don't wanna do that.
No.
I wanna do it all at the same time.
Okay,
fresh.
you don't have a choice.
Oh, then why'd you ask me? I'm sorry.
Sir, you had a question and I was being polite.
Yeah, I am too. You asked me, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Did you
got
not
it.
ask me?
That's all right. Go ahead.
Okay.
Going both ways.
Go ahead.
How do I bring that forward?
And your name and address for the record.
My name is Andrew Dabulas, P-O-D-B-R-E-Z-N-I-A-K. And, the address is 11 High Point Drive, Springfield, New Jersey.
Harper Rosniak, if you could please
It's the
give
same
the
game.
board, testify this last year, again, give the board the benefit of work, educational experience, areas of expertise, and whether you have been accepted as a professional architect for the board's reports to the state.
I have testified in the past. I'm a licensed architect and insured. I graduated from the Jersey School of Architecture in 1985. By 1990, I received my professional license and
Motion to recognize.
Second.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Harper Rosniak, again, I know you testified at the October hearing, and I outlined at the beginning of the hearing the number of changes that were made. If you could please take the board through floor plans and elevations, and I believe there's also a rendering.
We actually will have 4 exhibits and 2 renderings.
Okay,
Okay.
and I think the exhibits are just mounted versions of the plans that were submitted. to the
Very,
board.
very similar. There was a minor changes and I will point them out.
Okay, great.
Okay.
All right, let me take the board through that one. And we'll just, I think we're up to A3?
So this would be 8-3 exhibit?
A2.
8-2.
Yeah, that's right, we only have.
What this shows basically is it's a layout for the first floor plan. The entire project has 16 units, roughly 2 1-bedrooms, which are roughly 750 square foot each. We have a 12 2-bedroom ranging from between 940 to 1,200 square feet each unit, and then we have 2 units of 3-bedroom, which are roughly 1,500 square feet. In the previous project that we had 19 units, so we cut down by 3 units. Okay, first floor will have a 1-bedroom, 1 unit, 1-bedroom, 6 2-bedroom units, and 1 3-bedroom unit. And as was discussed before, we have a 24 parking spaces in the garage on the lower level. The South Avenue elevation is a 2-story elevation, where when we go to South Avenue, we have a 3-story because we have a full floor of the entrance to the garage and the garage parking space. As far as the heights, we are complying with the height, and the requirement is for first floor to be 12 feet high, and we have it on South Avenue. Our South Avenue first floor is 12 feet, the second floor is 10 feet. When we go around the corner, we have the first floor is the garage, which we have 12 feet from floor to floor, and then we have a second floor 12 feet because the second floor becomes first floor on South Avenue, and then the second floor on South Avenue is the third floor on South Avenue, which is 10 feet high. The maximum height is 40 feet to the top of the roof, and we are way under. We are at 35 feet, where 40 feet is maximum, except for the entering tower, which was one of the requirements, guidelines by the CCE, which maximum is allowed 45 feet. We are 39.58, which basically towers 5. It's an entry tower as we're splitting up South Avenue, South Avenue. That's as you're driving by, you won't see that entry tower. Okay, as discussed before, we were required to have affordable housing, and we were required to have 15, which is 15%. Out of 16 units, it's 2.4 units. We actually proposing 3 units, which is actually a little bit higher because it's 18.75%. We are providing two two-bedroom units and one three-bedroom unit, all three of them on the first floor will be affordable units. So we are compliant with that. Also on the first floor, we have two lobbies, two entrances. One of them has elevator, one of them has basically a little sitting area, and they're all interconnected with the interior hallway together. Okay, and we have two staircases, one by each lobby. The building has a mansard roof, and then on top, beyond it, we have a flat roof, and that's where we're proposing to put the generator, and we're proposing to put all the condensing unit, HVAC units. So we have, can we go to the roof plan?
That'd be A3 now?
This would be A3.
Yes.
So with these outside, that would be the perimeter of the building. Then we have the mansard roof, which is basically 12 feet deep, and then we'll have a flat section of the roof.
Oh, so we don't have A3.
No, this is one of the, this is A3.
It was one of the requests that you provided from the
Okay,
plan.
yeah, I saw that in the.
Yeah.
So the mansard roof is 12 feet deep, then we have a flat roof, and then we go 10 feet shorter, and then we will have we have a 5-foot tall screen, and then behind this, we will have 17 units, 16 for one of the units, and one for common area of the condensing unit, and also we will have a transformer in the back. By then being so far back on a flat roof, you would, if you are across the street, you will not see it, because if you go to the front elevation, I mean, we're showing elevation as a bird's eye view. When we're coming back on the street, by basically looking up the roof, this is so far back that you will not even see when you are across the street. Okay, this is a perfect spot. It's away from everybody. It's out in the open, and it works very well for this. There was also discussion about the trash, and maybe we can go to the basement.
Is it basement?
So the trash area is located right up on the north side of the building. It has a double separate entrance by a gate. And there will be, right now we're showing 32 garbage cans. There will be a recyclable and there will be general trash. And the way I understand it from the builder, there will be a private pickup. Recycle will be coming once a week, once every other week, depends on the need. And then regular trash would come in either once a week, twice a week, where the private pickup would come in. You would pick up the cans, bring them in, dump them, and bring them back into the enclosure. So there will be no garbage cans on the street, there will be somebody will not be putting them at 6 in the morning and then waiting for pickup. It's a private pickup, so we'll be very coordinated. Okay, we don't want the cans all over the street.
So they're gonna go into the,
Yes, they will basically pick up the garbage from inside, bring it in, empty it, and bring it back in. So it's very controlled. Okay, that enclosure right there, we have a dimensions at 39 feet by 22 feet by 11 feet area. Also, there was a discussion about the transformer. The way I understand it from the developer, he already had an initial meeting with PCNG. And basically the representative or the engineer from PCNG came in, looked at it, he kind of surveyed, and he said, listen, the best situation would be we will have to put a pole on his property, but the transformer would be on a pole. It would not need to have a platform. So we would have either on that pole or across the street, there would be a transformer, and that would be adequate enough for 800 amps need of electricity for this. That's the engineer's initial assessment. That's all we can tell because there is nothing else beyond this phase. Okay?
And this is also a new exhibit, so on we make that A4.
Yes, this is, we'll make that A4.
Sure thing. What are we calling it?
A4.
No, I mean, what?
Oh,
Sorry.
This is basically parking.
Thank you.
There was also discussion about security, so the way the developer is planning to, there will be security cameras, each lobby will have it, the hallways will have it, all the public areas will have it, and then every single entrance to the building will have a security cameras on.
Excuse me, Steve, is that not the same as A3?
There were some slightly changes on that, that's why we have revisions on this exhibit, and you have no revisions on my drawing.
And these were made in response to the letters that we received from the professionals.
So does A4 supersede A3?
A4 is the exhibit for this meeting where originally that drawing was A3 drawing.
And we'll submit, we'll supply
Electronic
copies
paper,
of all of
please.
these
Thank you.
sets to you.
So as I stated before, by the entrance between South Avenue and South Avenue, we have that tower, which was one of the recommendations for CCE guidelines. And that tower will be visible as you're coming in down the street, and then you would see the beginning of the developer will have a nice tower. Okay, and that would be 5 feet higher than the rest of the building. As far as the materials and looks, again, we were working tightly with the guidelines and recommendation for CCE zone, which is basically residential look, the suburban feel of the building, where we have plenty of peaks, it's not a boring, if you can put on the front elevation, or maybe rendering, yes.
A5.
That would be A5. As the elevation show, it's not a boring front elevation. It has plenty of peaks in it. There's plenty of vertical and horizontal lines. And again, the requirements of CCE was that any kind of pitch roof or mansard roof would have some dormers. So we even put dormers in the areas. There is no living space in the attic, so this is just a decorative dormers. Okay. We have plenty of architectural details, plenty of vertical and horizontal lines. And again, we have the base, we have the main body, and then we have the roof, as CC kind of guides us to. Okay. The colors that we're proposing is basically dark shingled roof. The body, which is the elevation, would be basically cement board, horizontal and vertical lines with white or very light gray colors. Okay, black windows and doors, black railing on the ramps in the front, because the front on South Avenue elevation has the entrance, and basically the ramp splits in half and supports the two entrances to the main building. Okay, and then we have the bottom will be a brick veneer tile. So, and that would be more of a charcoal color, so it would be more of a darker base. Okay, and then we have also.
Could you just repeat that again, the base?
The base would be brick veneer tile in charcoal. And then we have a couple of places where we put a dark metal roof just to play around with different things. The main entrances are right off South Avenue, and we have a little canopy overlooking that, covering the main entrance. There is also requirement for glass and transparency requirement. The required is to have the front vertical elevation to have 30% of glass. We actually have on South Avenue, we have 40.51%, and on Old South Avenue, we have 34.92% of glass. So we are complying with that also. We're not seeking any kind of variances, everything is complying, every aspect of the building, it is complies with the requirements even and the guidelines of CCA. Also, one of the guidelines was that we were supposed to have some kind of a balconies. In the previous design, we only have the Juliet balconies, but these are requirements state that we have to have at least 60 deep, 6x5 minimum balconies. We actually have one balcony, 12 by 6, then a half by 6, 11 by 9. So we have 3 balconies on the first floor and three balconies on the second floor. And this, again, this is as per guidelines for CCE zone.
I think that describes the architectural, and again, this reflects when we're at the October hearing, we're seeking variances for glazing, and building height, not the total height, but
Floor to
height,
floor.
floor to floor height. So I have no further questions at this time of Mr. Corporation Act.
Yeah, I can start. Thank you for your testimony. Going back to the roof and the HVAC units and generator that are on the roof, there is a requirement in the ordinance for setbacks of that equipment on the roof. And that's, they shall be set back from the roof edge at least 1 foot for each 1 foot of height. Will you be compliant with that?
We'll be complying with that because again, the Manson roof, you can go back on this, this is 12 feet.
Yeah.
And we have to be 12 feet away, so we basically 10 feet to the screen, and then going back beyond that, we have another 2 feet.
So what is that total? Is that total the,
Well, we have 12 feet.
but the requirement is 1 foot for
1
each
foot.
foot of height, of building height?
Right, so if this is 12 feet, we have to be 12 feet away there, we will be complying.
But I think the requirement intent,
I'm digesting it, go ahead.
isn't it, to me, I interpret it as a setback needs to be 1 foot for each foot of
So that means
building
about
height,
45 degrees far away from the edge of the building, 1.
and not 45 feet of building height.
Right, what I'm saying is if I'm here, it's again height of the equipment, not height of the building.
Right, and the height of the equipment is
There are 3 units,
4 feet?
between 3.5 each.
And then the height of the screening is 5 feet, correct?
5 feet, correct.
I see it as a compliance.
Okay, all right, just making sure.
No problem.
And
Just making sure cross reference.
if we're standing on South Avenue again, tell us what a pedestrian would see, if anything.
Well, if you can go
If you
to
can
side
clarify.
elevation. If you look at the side elevation, let's say even here, by staying way across, you would see this edge of the roof and this edge of the roof, and we would see way beyond that screen,
And if I were across the street?
across the street, yes. Because it's so far away from the edge of the roof, and it's in the center of the building, so you're staying far away, you see the angle of the roof, and then you see it beyond that.
And you confirm no living or habitable space within
There
that
is no
dormer
habitable
area?
space in it, no habitable in the attic, no, those are decorative dormers.
Okay, now for the trash enclosure area, what is the material of that gate that's opening up?
That would be, it's a screen, but it's open gate, so we have a little bit.
What are the materials of it and the color?
The color would be very comparable with the base, which is basically darker charcoal, to follow up the base of the building.
So it'll be,
Because this is basically the trash enclosure.
yeah, So there'll be a complementary color to
Very
the building.
complementary color to the base of the building, which is the dark charcoal tiles.
And the material, what are we looking at, like a wood or
No, we're
vinyl?
talking about metal.
Metal, like a metal gate that would complement the building?
Perfect.
What are the new changes on the brick with that's bubbled?
On the brick wall, we did basically, the parking area at one point didn't have any windows, didn't have any opening. We felt that it needed some natural light. So we provided a couple openings. And again, that would be enclosed with some kind of a metal grate on it, okay? But we felt that there should be some natural light, so we put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1 in the bicycle area, so we have some natural light coming.
Is that reflected in the renderings, that we can see what that looks like a little bit better?
I'm not sure if we have it from that area there.
We'll get there.
It's basically this, it's reflected here on my elevation. That would be basically, there would be an opening in the wall
Okay.
with some kind of a protective metal.
Could we get that in a colored rendering, or see, get a better visualization of that? No?
Yeah, we don't have that view from the area.
Is that something that you could add in?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. Now, looking at the rendering again, I don't know if nobody can see it. I did notice there's bollard lighting on the side, along the sidewalk. Is that right? Am I seeing that correctly? Yeah. Now, is that proposed?
No, the lighting would be proposed as per engineer drawing.
And,
I'm not sure why the rendering has that.
and what do we think engineering wise? Is that bollard lighting going to be proposed, or this is just the
The ones over the entrance?
well, the ones lined up along the sidewalk in the front?
I mean, if the town wants like additional lighting around the sidewalk, that's not too intrusive, I think that might be a way to go.
So if the board desired bollard lighting along the frontage type of, okay. All right, so not proposed, but could do.
It's a possibility for the town.
And then we could probably reduce the amount of lighting off the building, right? And
Correct.
just focus right
Correct,
on the
focus on the
sidewalk.
sidewalk, keep it low to the ground. So
And the
it's not-
building lighting was 5 or 6 units, right?
The signage of the building, I saw you added that, right? That
We
the
added
construction
that on the,
detail of that.
on the front elevation, you don't have this back. The only signage on the building, we will have basically the street number at the entrance.
Okay,
And I even have the details basically saying that the letter would be basic, all 3 letters would be 2 feet by 1 feet.
Okay. now, can you walk the board through how a resident is going to take out their trash? Because I did realize in the floor plan that there's a gym on the 2nd floor, and this, one of the staircases, you need to walk through the gym.
Well, we proposing also, this was one of the slide revision, we proposing glass enclosure with the door, so we're separating the gym from the hallway.
Okay,
Going into the staircase, going down, and then trying going onto the trash.
so resident, they'll walk out of their unit with their trash?
With the trash, they don't have to go between the equipment, because the equipment would be in the gym section.
Okay.
I'm sorry, are you on the first floor or the second floor?
Second floor.
So just, I just wanna follow.
This is one of the, this is one of the items that was slightly changed. It shows in this one.
So they'll take their trash out of their unit, walk down the stairs,
You
or
go
down the
stairs,
elevator?
down- Well, you go down the stairs,
Yeah.
then come out and bring the garbage.
Okay, so that's just, that's like
This
staircase
is that
sort of?
staircase that I showed you.
Okay, understood.
Is that different? All right, so we got that would be A6, right?
This would be A6, but first, page A2 of 3, which is the second floor plan, will make it A6.
Can you just repeat that, because I just think, just
So
How to take the garbage.
taking the garbage out, let's say you're on the second floor.
Yes.
You go out, you go to hallway, you walk right by the gym, we're proposing to be separated by some kind of a glass enclosure.
Okay.
Come down the stairs, go down, all the way down to the garage. You come out and you go out through the door and you bring that into the garbage enclosure.
Then what if you're on the first floor?
You basically don't, you go to the first floor. You go to the first floor and again, you go into the staircase, you go one flight of stairs to that door and to the garbage enclosure.
So each of the residents will have to open the gate?
Each of the, yes.
Okay.
Will that be locked or secured?
There
or-
would be secure, but there would be no lock and would be accessible to all the tenants.
Okay. And then the private hauler comes in and takes out the trash.
Opens up, always goes in, takes out, this is how it brings it back.
And is that garbage truck is gonna be parked temporarily along Old South Ave?
As close as possible to the gate on this one.
They've been grinding out the garbage truck, it's all up and dirty.
What time, you have time?
And again, this is a private hauler, so there will be coordinated, so it's least intrusive on everybody.
Okay, do we wanna put an earliest time of trash pickup as a condition?
Yes.
Okay.
You don't want to interfere with 2 to 4 hours. Yeah.
Which is like, then I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's fine to kind of ballpark the hours.
I think that covers it, I mean, on architecture, you seem, it's my interpretation that you comply with the architectural standards of the ordinance.
Thank you.
I do, Mr. Chairman, I have some affordable housing questions, but I think we'll save that for the planner,
Yes.
right? So that covers discussion of the witness. Thank you.
Size of units, can you tell us
The sizes of
the
units.
slide from smallest unit to largest?
One bedroom, you have 2 units, each one is 750 square feet. 2-bedroom, we have one that it's 940 square feet, but then we also have 1,087, 1,050, 1,059, and 1,238. So they're well over 1,000 square feet.
And
And the
the three bedrooms?
3-bedroom, we have 2 units, and each one is 1,581 square feet.
749 is the smallest, 1 bedroom,
750 is it's a 1-bedroom.
1 bed.
750.
And the requirement is 600.
Yeah, we were complying with the size.
Thank you.
One important thing I forgot. How is this building going to impact the adjacent property in shadowing?
Yeah.
There is no impact at all. On this side, we only 2 stories with 9 roof. Unless unless the sun is so long that it's, they will never, and we also have, on that one side, we have the neighbors,
Yeah.
and we have a 10% setback.
And there's another setback from,
And there's another, right,
from that.
because we have, at that setback, we have that 6%.
Okay. So you don't see
I don't
any
see-
shadowing impact on that property?
And there will be no sharing across the street. That's the-
Okay.
Can you show us where all the balconies are located?
Be on the first floor.
Yeah, can just in a plan view, do you have, is there a plan that shows?
There is a balcony right here, there's a balcony here and a balcony there. On the first floor, and there is a balcony on the second directly above.
Is there a site plan maybe we could see, just to see where it is in relation with the road?
So there is a balcony,
Okay,
there is a balcony here and a balcony there.
okay, and that's.
That's the first floor and the second floor directly
So
above. They're right over
balconies are
each
on
other.
top of each
Yes.
other. Okay. Then, could you tell us the height of the basement?
The basement floor, because it's required to be 12 feet high, floor to floor, because that's how
What
you.
about floor to ceiling?
Floor to ceiling roughly would be around 10 feet, because I'm allowing 1.5 to 2 feet for structure.
120 inches for clearance?
120 inches, yes, we will have 10 feet clearance
Okay.
roughly on the garage.
Okay, so it'll be ADA accessible for
It
a
would
van,
be ADA, it will also be accessible for
for
a
a smaller moving truck?
first aid,
or for
any kind of,
ambulance?
because they need 8-foot signage.
Okay. And maybe a smaller moving truck?
Smaller, definitely smaller moving truck would work. I mean, not,
Not a
one,
U-Haul, but.
correct. And also small deliveries. I mean, it's, we're talking about huge Amazon trucks that would be big, but the smaller one can go in there.
So that's kind of like what I'm getting at, is perhaps it makes sense to have some kind of loading area, or, you know,
I mean, we
Just
have
to
a
get
24-foot aisle, there is, coming in, and thing is, I mean, I wouldn't want the truck parked there for a long time, but again, they're very fast, they go in and out, don't drop the box and go back and leave.
right. Then, you mentioned the generator's gonna be on the roof.
Generator's gonna be on the roof, and that's gonna be gas generator, and that's only for
Gas,
emergency.
did you talk to, the town gas for availability of pressure?
I don't think not yet, we
Okay.
didn't start that
Say,
yet.
it might need to size it, you're gonna need to size it properly.
Correct.
Once you start going up, it gets.
Correct, it's the distance and the pressure.
And then you mentioned, as of this moment, that, PSCG mentioned pole mounted transformer, so that's.
Correct.
Security cameras, the police made a comment about, and this is more of an order question. If they need access to your cameras for security,
Right, I'm sure that would be okay.
and those are my comments.
Thank you.
What about a Knox box for fire?
Oh, that's,
There will be, we will comply with all the knock box, I mean, we'll comply with everything,
okay.
as far as the fire department is concerned.
Anything else, Justin?
Nothing else.
Alright. So, at this point in the evening, I think we are going to stop before we have board questions. Resume at this point with this application. So once we come back, we discuss it in 18, we'll resume starting off with board questions and public and we'll resume
This application will be adjourned without notice, any further notice to adjourn.
No further notice, 7 o'clock here.
7 o'clock here.
And we'll stipulate an April for extension.
I would hope so.
I'm not gonna mail out another notice to people? You just have to word them out, or?
The first notification was illegal, so we gotta rectify that.
Meeting, thank you very much for your patience.
On the record of the governing body, adjourn the meeting without allowing public comments.
This part, I was gonna